take-off. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Mangyaring tumayo ang lahat para sa panalangin na pangungunahan ng The Four Tenors. Manatiling nakatayo para sa pag-awit ng pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Bayang magiliw, pelas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisikin. sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong buhaw. May dilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na naglilingling. Ang bituin na taro na kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhating pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Maari na pong maupo ang lahat. Let us all welcome our hosts, Miss Meiji Cruz and Mr. Paulo Bejones.
Yes, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat and welcome to the 2024 BIR National Tax Campaign Kickoff. Ako po si Paulo Bejones and with me is Pilipinas 2021 second runner-up and Miss Cosmo World 2022, Miss Meiji Cruz.
Magandang hapon, Paolo, at magandang hapon po sa ating lahat at mga panauhin ngayon.
Tama. Kumustahin natin sila dahil kompleto po tayo ngayon. Ang ating mga revenuers from the different revenue district offices, mag-ingay po! Nasaan kayo? Ayan.
Meron tayong kasama mula sa taas din, sa second
Yes.
floor.
Kakamustahin natin lahat ng mga guests natin ngayon. Siyempre, ang ating mga
Of course, may special guest tayo ngayong araw, ang ating mga mahal na taxpayers mula sa iba't ibang sectors. Kamusta po kayo dyan?
Also, we'd like to greet the Leadership Command of the Bureau of Internal Revenue, starting off with Commissioner Romeo June D. Lumagi Jr. We would also like to acknowledge our Deputy Commissioners. Deputy Commissioner Maridor V. Rosario of the Operations Group. Deputy Commissioner Madisa O. Cabreros of the Legal Group. We also have with us Deputy Commissioner Maria Rosario Charo G. Enriquez Coriba of the Information Systems Group. And Deputy Commissioner Teresita M. Angeles of the Human Resource Group. Palakpakan natin sila. At kasama rin po natin ang lahat ng ating mga Assistant Commissioners. Let's give them a round of applause.
At makakasama rin natin ang kagalang-galang na kalihim ng kagawaran ng pananalapi o Department of Finance, Secretary Ralph Recto.
That's right. Ang ilan din sa mga babatiin natin, Meiji, ay ang mga taxpayers and RDOs who are joining us virtually. Opo, high-tech po tayo ngayon. Kasama natin sila mula sa Odiongan, Romblon, Pirak, Catanduanes,
Kaway-kaway.
Tuguegarao City, Cainta, and Taytay, Rizal.
Kasama rin natin ang mga taxpayers at mga RDOs mula sa Vigan City, Binondo, Cotabato City, San Jose Antique, at Zaraga, Iloilo. Magandang hapon po sa inyo dyan.
Yes, palakpakan po natin silang lahat. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as the BIR prepares to take on the challenges of 2024, let us all revisit the agency's stellar performance last 2023. Let's all watch this video.
2023 has been a stellar year for the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Through the dynamic leadership of Commissioner Romeo D. Lumagi Jr., the BIR has taken big strides in the implementation of its 4 main programs. Enabling the Bureau to collect more than 2.5 trillion pesos for 2023, exceeding the previous year's collection by roughly 8%. Enforcement activities are intensified through programs such as the nationwide raid against illicit tobacco, nationwide raid against excisable goods, nationwide filing of run-after tax evaders cases, and the run-after fake transactions task force. These are all firsts in the history of the BIR. The relentless enforcement of these programs have reflected in tangible accomplishments for the Bureau.
Katulong po ang legal group para ma-improve ang koleksyon ng BIR. Sa pagpa-file namin ng mga criminal case against tax evaders, nagiging deterrent po para maging dagdag fear factor sa ating mga taxpayer na huwag tularan kung mali po at hindi sinusunod ang tax code.
Hindi natin ginawa ito sa isang area lang. Ginawa natin para lahat ng mga buong Pilipinas makita nila na ang BIR nandyan.
Yan ang ating ginawa. Kaya doon sa pagtugis natin sa mga malinaw na tax evaders, sa mga gumagawa ng illegal na aktibidad, matagal na itong ginagawa ng mga sindikato, and this is the first time that nahuli sila. Kaya pinapakita natin na from raid, nationwide raid na ginagawa natin, tinutuloy natin at sinisigurado natin na mauwi sa pagsasampa ng kaso. Gusto ko rin panawagan dun sa mga gumagawa ng mali, ay sana magbago na kayo. Paparusahan natin yan at tatanggalin natin ang mga hindi gumagawa ng kanais-nais dito sa ating ahensya dahil kayo ang dumudungis sa magandang imahe ng BIR.
With the commitment to upgrade the quality of frontline services, the BIR has tremendously increased the number of their ISO certified offices. To date, 125 out of 131 or 96% of their revenue district offices are ISO certified.
Kasi pag ISO certified, transparent ang process eh. Defined eh. By the book, by the issuances. I have friends na tumatawag sa akin na, ang galing-galing ng BIR, bakit? Dati tumatawag ako sa iyo para i-follow up yung mga mababagal na transactions sa inyo. But now, hindi nyo na kailangan kasi pagbigay sa amin ng date na kung kailan namin pipick upin yung requirements. Pag sinabi ng BIR, minsan ahead of time, nakukuha pa nila. Hindi yung delayed, walang delayed, kundi ahead.
VAT refund claim processes have also been streamlined, cutting documentary requirements and procedures in half. A historic step towards the ease of doing business. Electronic filing has also increased versus manual filing. With 2,104,614 e-filers in 2023 from 1,995,564 last 2022. A whopping 68% of filers now prefer to do it electronically. The number of registered taxpayers have increased by almost 6% in 2023, broadening the tax base to 5,499,979 registered business taxpayers. True to the President's call for digitalization across all government agencies, BIR continues to take big strides in its digitalization program. The enhancement of the Electronic One-Time Transaction System, or ONET, Optimized Knowledge Management System for Chatbot Revi, Online Registration and Update System, or ORAS, e-appointment. These are but some of the digitalization enhancements and innovations the Bureau has implemented.
One of the flagship projects which we launched in 2023 is the online registration update system. This online registration update, it's a convenient way for our new taxpayers and even for the old taxpayers. They can get their TIN electronically. There's no need for them to visit the BIR. And also a new feature, which is something new to BIR, is the use of a digital TIN. So with the digital TIN, it's an option for our taxpayers. Instead of getting that plastic TIN card, they can present the digital TIN to the banks. So in this way, we can ensure that the transactions there are accurate.
A Bagong Pilipinas for BIR is a renewed commitment to integrity and professionalism. Service excellence that the people can trust. Exemplified by no other than BIR Commissioner Romeo D. Lumagi Jr. Having received awards and recognitions this year such as Man of the Year in Asia Leaders Awards 2023, Kaya Natin, Movement for Good Governance and Ethical Leadership. The Bureau's serious commitment to good housekeeping has also brought, in 2023 alone, 26 employees to be removed and several sanctioned. Meanwhile, Training and upskilling also continue to be essential programs as the revenuers try to keep pace with the speed of digitalization and technology.
The main thrust of this administration is to provide excellent service. So that we can provide excellent service, we must have the sufficient manpower. So we focused on intensive recruitment program. We have 16,000 employees. We trained 10,000 employees this year. And also, not only on technical, but also on other skills. And right now, with the trust of the commissioner na professionalism and integrity, pinapakita na talagang sa BIR, nagmamahal kami ng trabaho namin, na binibigay namin lahat para lang matupad kung ano man yung mandato ng BIR.
To all my fellow revenuers, unang-una gusto ko magpasalamat dahil nakikita natin ang effort at hard work ninyo para ma-accomplish lahat ng mga policies na binibigay natin. At dahil lahat naman ito ay para sa ikabubuti ng bayan, sa lahat ng mga gumagawa ng tama, pagbutihin pa at ipagpatuloy pa natin dahil gusto natin na magkaroon din ng bagong BIR, a new BIR that people can trust para mas magawa natin at makamit natin ang ating mission, which is to collect taxes through just enforcement of tax laws.
A dynamic year indeed for the Bureau of Internal Revenue, breaking records, setting new standards, and making historical strides para sa bagong Pilipinas.
All right. Before we continue the program, we would like to acknowledge the presence of our Secretary of the Department of Finance, Secretary Ralph Recto.
Good afternoon, Mr. Secretary. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. Paolo, going back to the video, ha?
Yes.
Wow, talaga namang bigatin at nakaka-proud ang achievements ng BIR nitong nakaraang taon.
That's right.
Maraming mga programs ang naipatupad para mas lalong mapaigting ang ating commitment to excellence, integrity, and professionalism. And also, our thrust towards digitalization. Right, Paolo?
That is correct, Meiji. Hindi po naging madali as what was shown in the video, but what was collected was 2.5 trillion pesos of tax in 2023. That deserves a round of applause.
Wow.
At syempre, malayo na rin ang narating natin pagdating sa digitalization of BIR processing as seen in the video. Kaya naman, once again, congratulations for a job well done sa lahat po ng BIR officials and employees under the leadership of Commissioner June Lumagi. Palapakan po natin.
Of course, this wouldn't be possible without the active participation of our taxpayers. Napakahalaga po talaga ng kanilang ginagampanang bahagi sa nation building. Let's hear what they have to say in this video.
Mahalaga ang magbayad ng buwis. Gaya na lang ngayon, itong daanan ng mga sasakyan, kalsada natin, mga iskinita at ilaw. So kung wala tayong buwis, paano yan mapapagawa ng ating gobyerno?
Ito ang napupondo sa gobyerno para sa serbisyong panlipunan.
Diyan natin kinukuha yung pagpapasweldo sa mga kawani nito.
Para sa mga mahihirap na kailangan ng libreng serbisyo.
Dahil napupunta yan sa mga project ng gobyerno para sa katulad yan sa mga daan or sa mga sahod ng mga teachers.
Sa health, sa pagpapagawa ng mga ospital.
Tinutulong rin sa mga mga kagaya, may mga calamity.
Dahil ito ay tumutulong sa pagpapabuti sa sistema ng edukasyon at pasilidad.
Para sa pagpapaganda o pagpapayos ng mga infrastructures po natin and other services ng government.
Para mapagawa ng gobyerno ang mga paaralan ng libre.
Kasi po, ayun po yung nagiging paraan para maipatupad po ng ating pamahalaan yung kanilang mga proyekto. Kung tutusin po, hindi naman po kaya ng pamahalaan mag-isa kung wala po yung tulong ng taong bayan.
Nung nagsimula ako ng negosyo, syempre medyo nakakatakot kasi wala naman akong alam sa mga ganitong proseso. Tapos nung nasimulan ko na yung paglalakad ng mga papeles, nakita kong hindi naman pala siya ganun kahirap.
And very accessible naman, lalo na ngayon na paunti-unti na nagkakaroon ng mga online options for registration. Maraming naibibigay sa akin na serbisyo ang gobyerno, nabibigyan nila ako ng mga oportunidad tulad ng mga bazaar, naglalagay sila ng mga bazaar na pwede namin salihan. And the only reason na natatap nila yung mga negosyong katulad ko ay dahil rehistrado kami. Para sa akin, talagang importante ang magbayad ng buwis. Kailangan natin mag-register at kailangan natin ng tamang papeles dahil yun ang ating social responsibility. And hindi porket maliit lang tayo, feeling natin wala tayo masyadong mai-contribute sa ating ekonomiya. Maling-mali po yun. Marami po tayong mai-contribute. Just remember na even the smallest grain of rice can tip the scale.
Ang negosyanteng Pilipino ay nagre-rehistro ng negosyo.
Hi there, Spy there. This is your Pinoy boy, Mikey Bustos. Wow! So I started YouTube in 2009 in Canada, where I was born and raised. And then when I moved to Philippines, I started to pay Philippine tax na. I love paying taxes, strangely, because for one, I believe in karma. I also believe in following the rules and giving the country what's due to them. I was one of the first YouTubers in the Philippines, so I had to figure out how to pay taxes. I feel BIR has made it a lot easier for influencers like myself to navigate the confusing world of taxes. Paying taxes for nation building obviously is very key. Giving the country what's due to them will just benefit us in the end anyway. Every person should be paying their tax, no matter what their line of work is. If you don't pay your taxes properly, it's kind of like stealing from the nation in a way. I highly support all ways that one can support the nation. I love that Philippines is progressing forward as a country, and paying taxes is definitely one way to do that. For me, Bagong Pilipinas is a love for the country. A Bagong Pilipino is honest and truly loves the nation, and allows that to permeate all choices in life.
Truly inspiring, insightful, and enlightening our taxpayers in that particular video. Now, coming from the taxpayers themselves, tunay ngang mahalaga ang pagbabayad ng buwis dahil ito po ay para sa ating lahat.
That's right, Paolo. Kapag nagbabayad tayo ng tamang buwis, we give our share in making this nation a better one. Not only for this generation, but for the next generations as well.
Sinabi mo, at dahil nga po dyan, it's time to know more about our role naman as taxpayers in nation building. As we get to listen to the insights of our model taxpayers representing various sectors here in what is to be a very interesting panel discussion.
Here we go, Paolo. First, we have an accomplished young entrepreneur for over 3 years now. She's the owner and head baker of the Softbox Patisserie. She was also a participant at the TikTok Negosyo Mo Na Yan in 2021 at siya rin po ang napanood natin kanina sa video. Let's all welcome Miss Nikki Mencenares.
Hi, Nikki.
Hi, thank you so much.
Next, we have singer, actor, host, and model, walang iba, Asia's romantic balladeer, Mr. Christian Bautista. To give us insights naman on what it's like to be a taxpayer and to be in showbiz at the same time.
All right. We also have a social media influencer at CEO. May-ari ng iba't ibang negosyo and the recipient of the TikTok Superstar Creator Award with the highest sales in TikTok Shop. She also has a total of 19.6 million followers and 1.1 billion views on TikTok and over 2.4 million products sold on TikTok Shop. Ang hashtag, pinakamalakas. Miss Rosemary Rosmartan Pamulaklakin.
Good afternoon, Rosmar. Thank you for joining us. We're also grateful today that we have with us the Tax Council of Ayala Corporation. He has been with the Ayala Group for almost 20 years now. He finished his Master of Laws in Taxation at the University of Florida Frederick G. Levin College of Law. Ladies and gentlemen, Attorney Mildo Flor Stison.
And of course, we will also be joined by the head of the Bureau of Internal Revenue, the Man of the Year in the Asia Leaders Award 2023, the awardee of Kaya Natin, Movement for Good Governance and Ethical Leadership, and the awardee of Rising Tiger and Nation Builder by the Rising Tigers magazine, the youngest commissioner in history of BIR, Commissioner Romeo June D. Lumagi Jr.
Palakpakan natin!
Good afternoon po.
So let's begin the panel discussion. Let's start with Attorney Mildo. Let's set this up for our guests here and for you as well. So, in being part of the country's oldest conglomerate dating back to 1834, the Ayala Corporation holds a significant position as one of the key contributors to the nation's economy and, of course, also to nation building. So the question is, as a big player in the community, how does Ayala Corporation continue to have good relations with the BIR? And are there any secrets or special tips that you have when it comes to compliance?
Well, the best way for big groups of companies is basically to pay the correct taxes on time. That's the key. So what we do is we make sure that we are updated with all the relevant regulations and that we comply with them. So in relation to this, what we do is we ensure that all our companies are registered, that all our books of accounts are registered, and if possible, we use the computerized accounting system, which is basically preferred by the BIR as well. And as part of paying our taxes correctly, we make sure that the transactions are recorded in a timely manner, and before filing our taxes, all the transactions are given a second look by our finance team. And lastly, we also make use of the electronic filing and payment system of the BIR. That way, our payments go directly to the BIR and not to someone else.
How long do you usually give to prepare for the filing of taxes? Is it a couple of months?
Well, most of the returns are updated monthly, and it depends on the specific return. For withholding taxes, it is on a monthly basis. For the for income tax returns and VAT returns, they are on quarterly basis.
So there are a lot of companies that start out very small, but they do intend to scale one day. So when it comes to especially paying tax, some of them don't really understand how important it is for scaling a company. How important do you think tax paying and paying on time and paying the right tax is if you intend to scale your company?
Actually, it is cheaper to comply than to pay penalties. The commissioner will agree with me on that.
Excellent. Anyone else, if you'd like to jump in with the conversation, please do. But in the meantime, Meiji?
All right, this I have for Sir Christian. Good afternoon po, and thank you for being us this afternoon. So Sir Christian, we recognize that the entertainment industry is one of the biggest industries here in the Philippines, and you have been part of it 20 years now. Congratulations po. Given this, kindly expound on the evolution of tax processing then and now, like I think yung mga official receipts and alikes, no? Being the fact of being a celebrity, you know, being a public image and a role model to many should be responsible in paying their due taxes.
Thank you again for inviting me. Before, when I was starting 20 years ago, I would only focus on my music, stage presence, clothes, and the like. I would have management handle everything else. But as I developed a sense of responsibility, I really needed to know more about the other side Because show business is a business. All eyes are on us, and we should be responsible sa lahat ng ginagawa namin, especially in paying taxes. So definitely before parang iaasa na lang sa accountant mo or sa lawyer, ngayon talagang inaalam ko na rin, nakikipag-meeting ako sa kanila kung ano kailangan gawin. Katulad nga sabi ni attorney, dapat on time pa rin. And ngayon, because of digitalization, mas bumibilis, mas maraming information accessible. Dati parang nung bata ako, sino ba yung pagtatanungan ko? Hindi ko mahanap. Ngayon, pupunta ka lang sa internet, sa cellphone mo. Even mga TikTokers or YouTubers, meron silang sariling guides. Of course, do your own research pa rin kung tama yung sinasabi, of course. Pero ang dami na ngayong information compared dati. So, mas madaling ma-access ang tamang at responsibility ng pagbayad ng taxes, especially in this age. So, I'm very happy with what's going on. It's easier now.
Sir, meron pa rin po ba kayo mga karagdagang advice? Kasi ngayon, ang dami natin mga bagong artista, mga new artists, di ba, with the rise of social media. What's your advice to them to be a responsible citizen, you know, paying their due taxes?
Madali lang, madali lang. Maghanap ka ng friend na accountant, maghanap ka ng friend na lawyer, kaibiganin mo, aralin mo kung paano gumagana ang sistemang ito. Kung wala kang kilala, maghanap ka ng kilala kasi importante na simulat sa pool pa lang, meron ka ng kahit basic knowledge na ang pinupundar mo rin para sa sarili mo ay pinupundar mo para sa bayan at makakatulong ito sa ibang tao rin.
Ang ganda nung sinabi. Naipundar mo sa sarili mo at para sa taong bayan.
At napakahalaga na sinabi ni Sir Christian din regarding information being readily available now.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons why lumalawak na yung tax compliance, dumadami na yung mga tao na nakakapagbayad ng buwis on time and with the right amount as well. Kasi dati sa showbiz, pag nakatanggap ka ng report, diba? Nakikita mo na, may binabawas na ganitong tax. Hindi ka aware where that's really going. Kaya importante, sinabi mo na you have to know someone, a friend you trust, to explain what is withholding tax, what is VAT, and all of these other elements when it comes to paying taxes.
That's right. Thank you for answering for me as well.
Magkasama tayo sa industriya, kaya naintindihan natin yung mga challenges especially.
Exactly.
So for our next naman, let's go to Nikki, but let's also set this up. And I'm sure maraming makaka-relate dito po. Malaki ang bahagi ng micro, small, medium enterprises sa paglago ng ekonomiya ng ating bansa. Siyempre, nandiyan po yung dagdag sa trabaho, yung dagdag sa kita para sa ating mga kababayan. Pero ito, may Philippine Statistics Authority tayong detail na 99.59% ang mga MSME sa buong bansa. So napakarami. Also, given the technology and social media platforms available now, it opens opportunities to all to make it much easier to start their own business. So having said all of this, it is essential for MSME owners to pay their taxes. So with the statistics provided po, how can you encourage other MSMEs to be responsible taxpayers?
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank you. I'm very humbled and honored to be here to get to speak on behalf of MSME. So to answer your question, para sa akin kasi kahit sobrang liit lang ng negosyo mo, it's really important for us to be socially responsible even if your contribution is little. Kapag pinagsama-sama mo tayo and like you said, marami-rami ang MSMEs right now, malaki din yung ma-accumulate niya over time. And also, of course, dahil madali na ngayon to start up your business, laganap rin yung mga businesses na hindi natin maiwasan, hindi naman legitimized. So, also registering with BIR and paying your taxes builds trust with your customers that your products and your services are legit.
Interesting yung sinabi mo kasi may mga iba, ang mentality is, maliit pa naman ako, bakit ko kailangan pansinin o pagtuunan ng pansin ang pagbabayad ng buwis?
Well, like I said nga dun sa AVP kanina, no, even the smallest grain of rice can tip the scale. So imagine if all the MSMEs, kahit nagsisimula pa lang kayo, lahat tayo nagbabayad ng buwis ng tama, ang laki na ng mabibigay nating influence sa mga projects na gustong ipatupad ng ating gobyerno.
At may kita mo yung ebidensya sa ating mga lansangan,
exactly.
infrastructure, and all the government services as well.
Exactly.
So connected din po ito sa sinabi po ni Attorney Mildo kanina na paying taxes on time, napakahalaga, paying the right amount. Kasi po, mas mura ang magbayad ng buwis sa tamang panahon at sa tamang halaga kaysa sa penalty. Tama po ba? So yan yung...
And also, when you plan to scale your business up in the future, it's easier na umpisa pa lang, you already know your way around the bureaucracy. Para eventually, it won't be as hard for you to comply.
Kumbaga, wag mo na mag-adlib sa simula, alamin na talaga kung ano yung script. Parang gano'n.
Yes, I think it's great to note, no, na kahit startups ka pa lang, you start in the right way. Kasi kung para mag-upscale ka, you really know yung mga sistema. Yeah. Yes. And eto naman, for Miss Rosmar, hashtag pinakamalakas. As an influencer, marami kang followers. Ang daming nanonood ng vlogs mo, even yung mga nagko-comments, yung mga nakikipag-engage with you. You are very well known sa digital world. And kasama sa BIR programs ay digitalization. Ibig sabihin, yung mga BIR processes, pwede mo na makuha online yung pagkuha ng TIN, clearances, registration, at marami pang iba. Based sa experience mo sa online community, paano mo mahihikayat ang mga tao na huwag matakot or ma-intimidate sa paggamit ng digital platforms?
Ayun, so ako po si Rosemar Tan Pamulaklakin or mas kilala po bilang Rosmar. Para po sa akin, mas madali na po ngayon dahil online na po ang lahat. Ultimo ang pag-order natin ng kung ano-ano sa mga online platforms like Shopee, Lazada, super bilis na po talaga ngayon. Ultimo, pag nagutom tayo ng madaling araw, diretso agad sa Grab app or Food Panda, ganyan. Talagang accessible na lalo talaga ngayon. Lalo na po ako na kaanak ko lang 19 days ago, so lagi lang po ako nasa bahay and ultimo po mga gamit ni babies and gamit ko, in-order ko na lang po online. Which ibig ko pong sabihin, super helpful po ngayon na online na rin po ang BIR dahil pwede po tayong magbayad online na hindi na po tayo pipila ng napakahaba and on time na. Kasi mahirap po before na nakikipagsiksikan tayo sa BIR, and gagastos pa tayo ng panggas natin or pamasahe, pipila pa tayo ng matagal, ubos pa yung energy at oras mo. Pero ngayon, super ganda na ng BIR. Siyempre dahil kay Commissioner BIR Jun Lumagi Jr.
Well said.
Yes, oo, convenient and efficient. Tama nga si Miss Rosmar, no? Hindi ka napipila, hindi ka na mag-aksaya ng pamasahe mo. Kasi ngayon, website, online na at lahat tayo ay online for sure, di ba?
Oo. Ay, bago tayo pumunta kay Commissioner, I have a question para sa ating mga panelists, no? Mula nung nagsimula po kayo, attorney, and for the rest of the panelists, ano yung isang particular challenge na in the beginning talaga napakahirap i-overcome, pero nahanapan ng solusyon and now you're able to come up with the proper processes and you're able to pay the right taxes?
Essentially, this was what I was mentioning earlier. It's the electronic filing and payment system of the BIR. Dati kasi, mano-mano lahat yan eh. So, pipila ka sa bangko, mag-fill up ka ng form, lahat mano-mano. At least ngayon, computerized na, and diretso na sa BIR yung bayad.
And those are days you don't miss.
And ano lang po, to echo
Very
what
well.
attorney, to echo what you said po, no, for small businesses like me, it's very hard for us to close operations just to fall in line, to file our documents and all. So now that everything is digitized, kahit tuloy-tuloy yung operations namin, hindi naaantala kapag magre-register or kapag magbabayad ng buwis.
That's an interesting insight. Yes, 24/7, you can file your taxes, no excuses, and you don't need to close operations. Christian, how about you?
Ako to add lang, you're more trusted if you have the proper tax filings, the receipts. Kasi hindi na magtataka yung tao, ay hindi, naka-register yan. So talagang mas maniniwala ako dyan kung ikaw ay proper businessman na taxpayer as well.
Right. At yun ang hinihingi ngayon. Kapag magpo-perform ka or you're gonna be rendering services, may OR ka ba?
That's right.
Hindi tulad ng dati na kumbaga kaliwaan lang and that's it.
Mahirap yun. Oo.
Hindi natin na tutulungan ang ating bansa. No? Rosemar, how about you? Challenges?
So ako po, meron na po akong business before pa since 2015 and meron po ako noon accountant that time, kaso friend ko lang. So ang nangyari po before, hindi pala tama or date yung pagbabayad, ganyan. Maliit pa lang po kasi meron pa ako noon pet shop dati, restaurant, mga ganyan. Hanggang sa dumating sa point na every time na may magta-tax mapping, ninenervyos po talaga ako. Talagang kinakabahan po ako. Hanggang sa ngayon, na-realize ko na hindi naman pala nakakatakot ang BIR as long as na nagko-comply ka ng maayos. Hindi sila nakakatakot dahil sila pa nga yung way para mas mapaganda yung bansang Pilipinas. At makatulong tayo sa mga kapwa nating kababayan, lalo na po sa mga mahihirap. Dati super kabado ko po talaga every time na kakatok. Ma'am, may BIR daw po dito sa shop. Parang mga ganun, super kinakabahan. Ultimo, sa social media, ako ngayon, nung kinasal po kami ng asawa ko, di ba sinabitan kami ng money ng magulang ko po, so parang nasa 1 million. May tax din po pala yun. So, yun. Ngayon po alam ko na. Kaya nung pangalawang beses na ako naman po yung nagsabit ng, kami naman po yung nagsabit ng sa kinasal namin kapatid. Kinomply ko na po agad.
You learn something new every day.
Yes. Kasi tayo naman po ay natututo po sa mistakes natin.
Yes.
Yes. Tama nga po, sinabi rin po ni ma'am na kahit maliit pa po yung business natin, dapat tayong nagko-comply kasi pag pinagsama-sama yon, malaki na rin po yun at nakakatulong sa bansa.
I love it. Excellent.
Yes. At gusto ko lang dagdagan yung sinabi ni Miss Rosmar, no? Yung natakot siya pero nag-change siya ng mindset. I think yun yung isang characteristic ng isang bagong Pilipino para sa bagong Pilipinas. Yung pagbabago ng isip. Starts with isip. So, hindi dapat matakot, right, Miss Rosmar?
So we've heard from our panelists, we've heard this time, now we're going to hear this time naman from our commissioner. So we're all very, very excited for the launch of BIR projects this year. And this makes us look forward to better services from the Bureau. So, ang tema po natin ngayon ay sa Tamang, Buwis, Pag-asenso'y, Mabilis. So, Commissioner, please share with us the idea behind this particular theme.
Well, for this particular theme, no, we said that sa Tamang, Buwis, with the correct payment of taxes, Pag-asenso'y, Mabilis. So, mas mabilis tayo angat because we all know that taxes are the lifeblood of the government, meaning the government will not run if we don't have enough funds. And the funds ay nanggagaling mostly from our taxes. So kung mas marami tayo nakokolektang taxes, mas maraming pondo ang nagagamit ng gobyerno, especially for the infrastructure projects, for social welfare services, at marami pang iba. Marami po, ngayon po, malaki-laki po ang budget na napasa ng Kongreso at kinakailangan po talaga natin na mag-raise ng malaking pondo para naman hindi tayo utang ng utang. We need to really raise these revenues kasi lahat nito gagamitin ng gobyerno eh. So, kailangan po nating pagtulong-tulungan yan, whether, again, maganda yung mga sinasabi ng ating panelists, minsan talaga mas mahal pang hindi kayo magko-comply because if there's an intention that you will evade taxes ay makakaasa kayo na nandyan kami at dapat yun yung mga dapat matakot. Pero for all those compliant taxpayers, this is one new BIR. This is also one of the themes and one of the concentrations that we want to implement here, a friendly BIR na hindi nyo po kami dapat kinakatakutan as long as you're complying with your tax obligations. At yan naman po ang pinakita natin sa kwento rin po ni Ma'am Rosemar at dito rin sa ating mga ibang panelists, maliit na negosyo kasi especially you mentioned a while ago, yan ang nagiging comment, mga micro MSMEs. May mga exemptions naman po yan. Kung maliit talaga ang kita pa, wala naman talagang corresponding taxes na babayaran dyan. But the most important is at least you're registered and ready to grow your business. Because kung magre-rehistro pa lang kayo, pag malaki na kayo, marami nang naging violations na nangyari, marami na kayong masyado naging problema. So from the very beginning, mas magandang compliant na lahat. And this also from the entertainment industry, marami rin sa mga social media influencers, marami na po sana po nagko-comply po tayong lahat because we all need the funds for our government because sa bagong Pilipinas, marami po talagang proyektong pinaghahandaan ng gobyerno para naman makatulong po sa ating kababayan at para umunlad ang bansa natin. So that is why ganyan po ang naging team natin sa Tamang, Buwis, Pag-asenso'y, Mabilis. Kasi kung mas marami tayong pondo, again, mas marami tayong pagkakagastusan, mas marami yung magiging development at marami tayong matutulong kung marami din ang nakokolekta nating buwis.
I love it. Excellent. Thank you so much, Commissioner June.
Very inspiring and exciting talaga what has to offer ang BIR this 2024. Once again, thank you very much po, Attorney Susan, Ms. Rosmar, Sir Christian, and Ms. Nikki, and of course, our Commissioner, Lumagi Jr.
Palakpakan po natin silang lahat.
Yes, and we'll learn so much talaga from this panel discussion.
Sabi ko nga, di ba, you learn something new every day, especially pagdating sa tax. So yan po, may mga bago natutunan ng ating audience ngayon. At ito naman, para lalo po tayong ma-inspire, narito na ang 2024 National Tax Campaign Kick-Off Theme Song. Panoorin po natin lahat to.
Sa masaganang buhay, lahat tayo'y magtatagumpay. Sa modernong bukas, ikaw at ako, tayo'y kapit kamay. Sa bagong Pilipinas, lahat tayo'y kailangan. Buwis na tapat, alay sa lahat. Pag nagkaisa, lahat ay uunlad. Maging masigasig sa bagong bukas, kabahagi tayo sa tamang landas. Tapat na layunin at isang mithiin sa tamang buwis, pag-asenso'y mabilis. Whoa! 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 Digitalisasyon, may aksyon sa bagong bukas, handang tumugon. Integridad sa serbisyo, tuloy-tuloy ang pagbangon. Maging masigasig sa bagong bukas, kabahagi tayo sa tamang landas. Tapat na layunin at isang mithiin sa tamang buwis, pag-asenso'y mabilis. Kabahagi tayo sa tamang landas. Tapat na layunin at isang mithiin sa tamang buwis, pag-asenso'y mabilis. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
A round of applause for our theme song for 2024. So let's keep the energy high today, mga kaibigan. Huwag na natin patagalin pa. We'd like to present the Queen of Teleserye theme songs, Miss Angeline Quinto.
Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon po sa inyo lahat. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. A singer in a smoky room, the smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on. Come on, everybody! Strange to get my feel. Everybody wants a thrill, paying anything to roll the dice just one more time. Some will win, some will lose. Some are born to sing the blues, and the movie never ends. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching in the night. Street life people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Thank you very much, BIR, for having me. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street light people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street light people. Don't stop. Thank you. Maraming salamat po. And of course, kagaya po ng sinabi ko kanina, thank you very much po, BIR. Maraming salamat po. Palakpakan naman po natin ang lahat ng nandito ngayon. Gusto nyo pa ba? Actually, naghanda po kasi ako ng 284 songs. So, kahit kalahati lang. Dahil nalalapit na rin po ang Valentine's Day, I'm sure na marami dito ang masasaya ang puso nila dahil nahanap na nila ang kanilang the one. Pero meron din naman pong malulungkot din. So ngayon, hayaan nyo naman po akong kantahin ng isang awiting sinulat po ng malapit kong kaibigan na si Miss Yeng Constantino para po sa mga nahihirapan ng puso ngayong Valentine's Day. This song is for you. Para po sa inyong lahat. Naglalagay ng kolorete sa aking mukha para di nila malaman ang tunay na naganap na ikaw at ako ay hindi na. Inensayo pang mga ngiti para di halata. Damdamin ko'y pinipigil, sa loob umiiyak, dahil ikaw at ako ay hindi na. At ang hirap, magpapanggap pa ba ako na ako ay masaya kahit ang totoo ay talagang wala ka na. At kung bukas pagmulat ng aking mata may mahal ka ng iba, wala na akong magagawa, di ba? Paano ko sasabihin sa mga kaibigan ko kung ako rin ang sisisihin. Nabulagan ako na ikaw at ako ay wala na. At ang hirap, magpapanggap pa ba ako na ako'y masaya kahit ang totoo ay talagang wala ka na. At kung bukas pagmulat ng aking mata may mahal ka ng iba, wala na akong magagawa. Di ba? San ba ko nagkamali? Di ko maintindihan. Kung sino pang nagmamahal, siya pang naiiwan. Siya pang naiiwan. At ang hirap, magpapanggap pa ba ako na ako'y masaya kahit ang totoo ay talagang wala ka na. At kung bukas pagmulat ng aking mata may mahal ka ng iba, wala na akong magagawa. Di ba?
Thank you. Maraming salamat po and God bless you all. Thank you very much po.
Maging masikasik sa bagong bukas.
Once again, a round of applause for Miss Angeline Quinto. Wow! What a performance. Talaga naman, angelic voice ni Miss Angeline.
Yes, one more time. Round of applause, please. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to call back on stage the brain of BIR's exemplary post-pandemic transformationer, Commissioner Romeo June Lumagi Jr.
Maging masikasik sa bagong bukas. Kabahagi tayo sa tamang landas. Tapat na layunin ang isang mithiin. Sa tamang buwis, pag-asenso'y mabilis. Whoa! Whoa!
To Secretary Ralph Recto and other officials from the DOF and other government agencies. Andyan po ang DOJ, ARTA, at, and many other government agencies. My BIR family, our stakeholders, tax practitioners, whom we have a huge reliance on to strengthen the tax system, industry leaders who drive the economy and create employment, please allow me to call all of you our nation builders. A pleasant afternoon to all. In 2023, we did great. We did our best. And in a number of crucial respects, the Bureau today is better than it was a year ago. While serious challenges remain and daunting tasks lie ahead, we are not losing sight of how far we have come. So allow me to highlight some of the things I stated during the 2023 tax campaign kickoff. I mentioned that we had lined up several key programs to improve systems and processes, provide capacity building training to our employees, and make it easy and convenient for our taxpayers to comply with their tax obligations through various digitalization programs. That we would provide more electronic platforms offering 24/7 online services, and that we would expand our ISO certification programs to include other frontline processes, all to ensure our commitment to provide excellent taxpayer service. Serbisyong BIR, tapat at maaasahan. I also mentioned that we would instill integrity and professionalism in the institution and its employees. Not to forget, I stated that we would go after tax evaders to protect our honest and law-abiding taxpayers and level the playing field. Now, a year has passed since I stated all these, and I am proud to report that we, of course, with the help of all our revenuers here, have done all of them. As shown in the accomplishments video a while ago, we have gained headway in our digital transformation programs. We have expanded our ISO certification to include other frontline processes and are on our way to have all our regions and districts, and of course, not to forget the large taxpayer service, ISO certified. In short, in a span of about a year, we will achieve 100% ISO certification. Malaking bagay po ito dahil ang magiging proseso po natin ay magiging transparent at magiging mabilis ang mga proseso. Kaya po malaking bagay po sa atin yan na pinaghirapan po ng ating mga revenuers from the district and then from the regions and everybody na siguraduhin na ma-accomplish natin itong ISO certification. Now, as to the integrity and professionalism in the institution and its employees, we have issued numerous suspension and dismissal orders. And for the tax evaders, we have seen unprecedented nationwide operations or raids and filing of cases against big-time tax evaders. We are exerting extra efforts in doing all these to show all of you, our dear taxpayers, that we are committed in performing our mandate and ensure the fiscal stability of our nation. Kaya po, ginagawa po natin ito dahil gusto po natin na mapakita sa inyo na seryoso po ang BIR ngayon po. Seryoso po kami sa trabaho, seryoso po kami na magawa po ang aming mission, which is to collect taxes through just enforcement of tax laws. Kaya po, pagka nagsasabi kami na ito po ang gagawin namin, makikita po ninyo yan. Yan po ang gagawin po namin. Lahat po, katulong po ang Management Committee at lahat po ng BIR officials ay gagawin po ito. Lahat po na sasabihin natin, all to serve the taxpayers better and para mas mapadali po ang inyong compliance requirements at mas mapabilis ang serbisyo para po sa inyo. Now, as a result, in 2023, we collected more than 2.5 trillion pesos, which is around 7.5% higher than our tax collection in 2022. The additional revenue funded a wide array of government projects and initiatives. And notably, last year's collection is the highest revenue collection ever recorded in the Bureau's history. And this could have been higher if not for some adjustments in our VAT filing and payment deadlines. So congratulations, our nation builders, and thank you for your contribution to our country's economic growth. And last year, in this same venue, we called upon you to be our partners in nation building, to share in our mission to collect taxes as the country tries to swing back into full gear post-pandemic. We are grateful that you have stepped up. You made it possible. Collectively, we made it happen. But every year, as targets and public expenditures rise, we are driven to persevere more, to surpass ourselves and raise the bar on our own performance. This year, as our collection target reaches the 3 trillion mark, we are launching our tax campaign theme sa Tamang Buwis, Pag-asenso'y Mabilis, a timely emphasis on the fact that if all taxpayers pay the correct taxes due, then our progress is assured. Foreign borrowing is narrowed and possibly majority of our public expenditures will be funded domestically. So as we embark on a new theme for 2024, we have retained the heart symbol on our tax campaign logo, a timeless emblem associated with love, vitality, and solidarity. It will be a representation of our devotion to our nation, our passion as public servants, and our collective dreams and aspirations for our future generations. The heart symbol will be a constant reminder that tax collection is not an end in itself. It is not only a legal requirement, but a moral obligation that we must all strive to fulfill. So let our hearts beat as one in this journey towards the progress of our nation. Much have been done and much is left to do. We at the Bureau are at the forefront of the revenue efforts of the government, and we endeavor to collect the correct amount of taxes, not a peso less, not a peso more, with the highest degree of integrity, with the least compliance cost, and with excellent taxpayer service. So maaasahan po ninyo na kami dito po sa BIR ay tutulungan po kayo, padadalian po natin ang proseso sa inyo, magtulungan po tayo. We will help you, especially ngayon po we have a new Secretary of Finance who is very, very supportive of us. Kaya po marami pong salamat kay Secretary Recto that he's fully supportive of all the plans and programs of BIR para naman po magawa po natin itong lahat. At pati po sa mga iba't ibang ahensya po ng gobyerno katulad po ng DOJ, gusto ko rin pong mapakita na ang DOJ po ay kaakibat po namin sa paghahabol ng mga tax evaders. Kaya po maraming po rin tayong ginagawang programa po dyan. And of course, I think I forgot to mention DICT. With all the digital transformation programs of BIR, tumutulong po ang DICT po sa amin para po mas mapaigting ang digital transformation of the BIR, para po mapagsilbihan pa kayo ng mas maayos. So with that, with the heart symbol, lagi ko pong inuulit, mahalin po natin ang Pilipinas at paunlarin po natin ang ating bayan. So marami pa po tayong gagawin sa 2024. Marami pang bago sa BIR sa isang bagong Pilipinas. Actually, para ikwento sa atin kung ano pa ang mga plano natin para sa taong 2024, tawagin natin ang ating chatbot na si Revi. Revi, nandiyan ka na ba?
Good afternoon, Commissioner Lumagi. How are you today?
I'm fine, Revi. Thank you. But pwede ba mag-Tagalog na muna tayo?
Pwede naman, Com. Yun lang naman pala. Ano po ang maipaglilingkod ko sa inyo?
Well, gusto ko lang naman ikwento natin kung ano ang bago ngayong 2024.
Ang bago ngayong 2024. Balitang-balita ang hiwalayang Catherine Bernardo at Daniel Padilla. Ang pelikulang Rewind ng Dong Yan aabot sa halos 1 billion ang kinita.
Hindi, Revi, hindi yan ang ibig ko sabihin. Ang ibig sabihin, ano ang bago sa BIR ngayong 2024?
Sige, Com. Ito po ang bago sa BIR ngayong 2024. Let's watch this video. As BIR joins the President's call for a bagong Pilipinas, the intensification of the Bureau's four main programs are on full swing. Taking the spotlight is its digitalization program. The BIR Assist App Project, a customized BIR electronic tax calendar, announcement, appointment, and application app right on your fingertips. Electronic invoicing and receipt and sales reporting system. Online withholding system or Project 230X. Taxpayer ledger. Electronic filing and payment and submission system. Online registration and update system or ORIS, Internal Revenue Integrated System or IRIS.
Within this year, actually, makikita natin na may mga pagbabago dyan from the implementation also of the ease of paying taxes. Mas marami tayong magagawa, mas mapapabilis at mas mapapagaan ang transaksyon sa BIR dahil dito sa digitalization program ng BIR.
Enforcement activities of the BIR will also be intensified. The Run After Fake Transactions program and Run After Tax Evader program will continue to be implemented. Intensified audit and investigation on nationwide enforcement activities on cigarettes, vapes, and other excisable articles. Conduct of cash register machines and point of sales post-evaluation. Online sellers. Taxpayers with low compliance.
Ngayong 2024 po, pag-iigtingin pa rin po namin ang aming programa on Run After Tax Evaders. Hindi po pwede kaming tutulog-tulog po na titingnan na lahat po ang ating taxpayers ay sumusunod. Lalo na itong last year po, sinimulan ng ating commissioner ang laban against fake transactions, yung mga ghost receipts po, yung mga invalid transactions ng ating buyers. So, itutuloy po natin yan.
The BIR will continue to deliver service excellence in all its programs, enforcement activities, digitalization, upholding integrity and professionalism, and delivering excellent taxpayer service. Ang bagong BIR para sa bagong Pilipinas.
Thank you! At muli isang masigabong palakpakan para po sa BIR and of course to our Commissioner, Romeo G. D. Lumagi Jr.
Palakpakan po natin. Now, what just happened is a manifestation of the BIR's very strong commitment not only for excellence, integrity, and professionalism, which are words that we've heard throughout this entire program, but also in response to the President's call for the digitalization of processes in all government agencies.
Right, and I'm sure that Revy will be a great help to all our taxpayers in their BIR compliances. Napaka-high-tech na talaga ng BIR. Isa nga pong palakpakan dyan. Grabe. Ganitong klase ng serbisyo ang aasahan ng bagong Pilipino mula sa BIR.
Tama. At ito pang isang bago, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all welcome ang isa sa mga semi-finalists in the recently concluded singing competition, The Voice Generations. Give it up for the 4 tenors!
Could be, who knows? There's something due any day. I will know right away, soon as it shows. They come cannonballing down to the sky, gleaming its high, bright as a rose. Who knows? It's only just out of reach, down the block on a beach, under a tree. Got a feeling there's a miracle too, coming true, coming to me.
Maria, I just met a girl named Maria, and suddenly that name will never be the same to me. Maria, I just kissed a girl named Maria, and suddenly I found how wonderful a sound can be. Maria, say it loud and there's music playing.
I had to let it happen. I had to change.
Couldn't stay all my life down at here, looking out of the window, staying out of the sun.
So I chose freedom, running around, trying everything new, but nothing impressed me at all. I never expected it to.
If you know the song, can you sing this song together?
Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is, I never left you. All through my wild days, my mad existence, I kept my promise. Close your eyes and surrender to a strange new world. Leave all thoughts of the life you knew before. Close your eyes, let your spirit start to soar.
Midnight, night is down from the pavement as the moon lost her memory. She is smiling
alone. In the lamplight, the withered leaves come right at my feet, and the wind begins to mourn.
Touch me, it's so easy to leave me all alone with the memories of my days in the sun. If you touch me, you'll understand what happiness is. Look at good day has begun.
Walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown.
Walk on, with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Somewhere, somehow, we'll find a new way of living. We'll find a new way of forgiving. Somewhere, there's a place for us, a time and place for us. Hold my hand and we're halfway there. Hold my hand and I'll take you there. Somehow, someday, somewhere. Kung di malimot ng tadhana, bigyang tuldok ang ating ligaya. Walang hangganay hahamakin, pagkat walang katapusan, kitang iibigin.
Sana'y wala nang wakas, kung ang hapdi ay lumipas. Ang mahalaga ngayon ay pag-asa, dala ng pag-ibig, saksibong daigdig. Kahit ilang awit ay aking awitin, hanggang ang ibig ko ay maging himig mo na rin. Kahit ilang dagat ang dapat tawirin, higit pa riyan para sa'yo. Di lamang pag-ibig ko, di lamang ang
Wow! Napakasarap naman talagang pakinggan ng kanilang musika. Thank you very much, the four tenors.
Yes. At siyempre, pinag-usapan natin kanina, bagong Pilipinas, bagong Pilipino.
Yes.
At ang tanong ng mga tao, ano nga ba ang bagong Pilipino?
Oo, alam mo, sinagot ko na yan nung Bagong Pilipinas Kick-Off Rally, no? Bagong Pilipinas, bagong Pilipino sa isip, salita, at gawa. Pero ngayon,
Yes.
magtatanong naman tayo sa ating mga pinakamamahal na officials kung para sa kanila, ano ang bagong Pilipinas. Right, Paolo?
That's right. Lapitan naman natin si Deputy Commissioner Marisa O. Cabreros of the Legal Group. Ma'am, nasan si ma'am?
Hi,
Ayan po.
ma'am. Good afternoon po.
Ready na si ma'am sumagot. Sa tanong, ano po ang bagong Pilipinas sa inyo pong departamento?
Okay, magandang hapon po sa ating mga taxpayers. Ang bagong Pilipinas po para sa BIR, maasahan po ninyo na tuloy-tuloy natutulong kami at gagawa ng mga hakbang para matugon ang inyong mga pangangailangan kasi kailangan po natin ng tamang buwis ninyo para ho sa ating pag-unlad lahat ng mabilis.
Tama. Sa tamang buwis, pag-asenso'y mabilis. Maraming salamat po.
Palakpakan po natin. Ikot po tayo.
Yes. Sino
Ikot
pa
po
kaya
tayo
ang
at
pwede
magtanong.
natin makapanayam?
Oo, kasi meron tayong mga special guests dito. Actually, lahat sila, last si Miss Meiji ay special.
Oo, for sure. Meron silang mga sagot.
Lapit tayo dito kay Sir. Mukhang malalim ang iniisip. Ay, good afternoon po. Ano pong pangalan po ninyo at kumpanya?
Ako si Danny Boy Antonio from Agribusiness Rural Bank.
Meron po ba kayong special message para sa BIR ngayong 2024?
Sana magpatuloy ang BIR na ipatupad ang pagbubuwis sa Pilipinas upang matulungan ang mga kanayunan. Kagaya namin na isang rural bank na kami ay tumutugon sa pangangailangan ng mga kanayunan, sana ay makarating din ang mga buwis na kinokolekta ng BIR sa mga kanayunan.
Excellent. Maraming salamat, sir. Thank you so much for your
Thank you
message.
very much. Talaga namang private, public, sama-sama na para sa bagong Pilipinas.
Oo. At napakarami tayong mga pinag-usapan ngayong programang ito. Pero siyempre, meron pa tayong idadagdag sa kaalaman ng napakarami mga guests natin ngayon.
Yes.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, to deliver his keynote address, the Secretary of the Department of Finance, Secretary Ralph Recto.
Maging masikasik sa bagong bukas, kabahagi tayo sa tamang landas. Tapat na layunin at isang mithiin sa tamang buwis, pag-asenso'y mabilis.
Thank you. I must admit, this is the most entertaining tax talk I've ever been to. So to the DOF family, to Commissioner Romeo Dumagi Jr., the men and women of the BIR, to all our taxpayers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Before anything else, I congratulate the Bureau of Internal Revenue on this year's National Tax Campaign Kickoff. This event is perfectly timed as it coincides with the original date of the Philippine Constitution Day celebration, emphasizing the core principles that our nation is built upon. These principles include the call for fiscal responsibility and the commitment to maintaining a tax collection process that is fair, just, and in line with good governance practices. As our revenues embark into this taxing season, may these principles serve as a constant reminder, guiding them in building strong partnerships with our taxpayers. Just a few weeks ago, I received a very encouraging briefing from Commissioner Dumagi about the achievements and plans of the BIR.
It gives me great confidence knowing that the BIR is in prime fighting shape as it sends out its troops to raise the bulk of the 4.3 trillion pesos target revenue this year, which roughly is about 3 trillion. These revenues will fuel our economic engine towards Bagong Pilipinas, a more inclusive and sustainable Philippine economy marked by lower poverty rates, increased infrastructure, and human capital investments, more quality jobs for our people, and improved public services. In a word, Bagong Pilipinas is about creating a better and more comfortable life for all Filipinos and the generations to come. This patriotic duty, however, does not rest solely on the BIR's shoulders. It is a shared responsibility with our taxpayers. For our taxpayers, it means fulfilling the duty of paying the correct amount of taxes. For our revenuers, it is about accurately assessing and collecting the right taxes. When both sides effectively play their roles, we pave the way to progress with certainty. Therefore, let us center this year's tax campaign on two key fronts: the ongoing modernization efforts of the BIR to enhance tax processes and the indispensable role that taxpayers play in our nation's progress. Let us remind our tax-paying public of their heroic duty to propel our country forward through the prompt and accurate payment of taxes. Diligent taxpayers make the great task of collecting revenues much easier. Simultaneously, the BIR must continue advancing its digital technologies across all processes and expedite the implementation of the Ease of Paying Taxes Act to ensure excellent taxpayers' service. I assure our taxpayers that we will fully deliver on the intended promises of this law. On the Department of Finance part, we will remain a strong supporter of the BIR as it ramps up its modernization programs to make general tax compliance easier and taxation equitable. We will act fast on the BIR's project proposals to enhance tax administration. We will not cease innovating to align our processes and standards with the best tax collection services globally. Additionally, we will strengthen enforcement efforts against tax cheats and ensure fairness in the tax system to build taxpayers' trust. To support the BIR's task of ensuring the government with a reliable revenue stream, the DOF will prioritize curbing inflation immediately, keeping prices of goods stable and affordable will ensure continued economic growth, enabling us to boost revenue collection. We are also pushing for the passage of the DOF's refined priority tax measures to finance development and reduce the deficit. Additionally, we will continue to grow the economy by boosting investments through the efficient implementation of the Corporate Recovery and Tax Incentives for Enterprise Act. We are working on further amending CREATE to improve the law and to tailor fit the interests of investors in strategic investments. This will prepare the red carpet for an influx of new investments that will provide high-quality jobs for Filipinos and broaden the tax base. Moreover, the DOF is committed to supporting the efficient execution of the 2024 national budget to ensure the timely implementation of projects and prevent government underspending. Rest assured, the taxpayers' hard-earned money will be spent wisely and efficiently. To the men and women of the BIR, I am confident in your ability to not only meet but surpass your collection target this year through the leadership of Commissioner Lumagi. Continue upholding the utmost standards of responsiveness, integrity, and accountability in fulfilling your duties. And to our taxpayers, ako po mismo ang maniniguro na bawat sentimo o piso mula sa inyo ay mapupunta sa pagpapaudlad ng ating bayan. We will not leave any room for inefficiency or corruption. Sama-sama po nating itaguyod ang kinabukasan ng bayan sa pamamagitan ng pagbabayad at pagkolekta ng tamang buwis upang ating pag-asenso ay lalong mapabilis. Ulit, maraming salamat po at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you for that very empowering message, Secretary Ralph Recto. Your support for the initiatives of the BIR matters now more than ever.
That's right. Now, as we all move together towards what we are calling a bagong Pilipinas, we in the BIR should be reminded that the President stands with us.
Wala man siya rito ngayon, ay sinigurado niyang makapagbibigay pa rin siya ng kanyang mensahe para sa atin.
So let's all turn our attention to the LED screens for the message of our Chief Executive, His Excellency, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
To our guests from the private and public sectors, good afternoon. It is my great pleasure to greet the Bureau of Internal Revenue and its honored guests at the launch of the 2024 National Tax Campaign. Experience has taught us that truly effective tax administration is essentially a partnership between the taxpayer and the tax agency, where the collaborative efforts of both to fulfill the letter and spirit of our tax laws are indispensable in revenue generation. Such a partnership is even more urgently needed now as we work to recover from the experiences of the global pandemic and the other shocks that are arriving to us from foreign shores. I am proud to say that the past year has witnessed some truly remarkable advancements in tax administration. The Bureau's priority programs under Commissioner Lumagi, digital transformation, taxpayer services, integrity and professionalism of the institution and its employees, and fearless and aggressive enforcement activities have seen a number of impressive accomplishments. We are seeing a new Bureau of Internal Revenue consistent with our declaration of Bagong Pilipinas. This administration expresses its full support in all of these priority programs, and I trust that Commissioner Lumagi will take bold steps to ensure that our tax system remains dynamic and sustainable. Here and now, as we launch the 2024 National Tax Campaign, I would like to say that I and our people shall also look to you, our taxpayers, to support the government in our efforts to sustain the economic recovery of our country. Never underestimate or take for granted the power that paying taxes gives you. Your taxes are your investment, not only in the government and the economy, but more importantly, in the future of our country and the generations yet to come. Healthcare, infrastructure, education, food security, peace and order. All of these fundamental human needs benefit from the revenues that come from your taxes. In a very real way, it is through paying your taxes that you become a vital part of the national effort to secure a life of dignity for our people. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay ang BIR, mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
Thank you so much, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our program for this afternoon. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagdalo.
This is the 2024 BIR National Tax Campaign Kick-Off.
And let's say it all together. Sa tamang buwis, pag-asenso'y mabilis. Para sa bagong Pilipino, sa bagong Pilipinas. Good afternoon, everyone.
Kabahagi